It's the Year of Shame Challenge.
Hello, and welcome to episode 0 of the Year of Shame podcast. Most of those listening are already aware of the concept, but to those that have just joined this year, firstly, welcome, and let me explain what's in store for you over the next 12 months. So, this is the 5th year of the challenge, where members of our gaming community look to the outstanding pile of games on their physical or digital shelves and find themselves wanting to make a change. So, in order to do something about it, a select few of us take a year out from the gaming calendar, remove ourselves from the buying masses, and work our way through our varied backlog of titles. This year, my co-hosts and I have joined the challenge for different reasons, but with one clear and concise goal: not to be the first to break. With that, I'll move on to introductions. I'm Derek McRoberts, although most people know me as Digital Pariah or Digi. I typically game on the Xbox, PS4 and PC, but for the sake of the challenge, I'll be focusing solely on working on my outstanding list of games on the consoles.
Hi, I'm Steve-O, Stephen Adicott. I'm going to be playing this year mostly on my PS4, Xbox One, and I'm thinking I've got a couple of cheeky Game Boy titles I want to try, and my 3DS. Who's next?
It's me. My name's I'm the real Trevor Phillips. I'm also known as Trev DXP. I'm a Sony pony and PC gamer. So this year, that's what I'm playing on. I don't do Xbox. I don't do anything fucking Microsoft if I could help it. Over to you then, Linton.
Okay, I'm Linton. On Xbox and PS4, you'll find me as Linton_86. And that's what I'll be concentrating on, just Xbox and PS4. The odd mobile game, and a little bit of Football Manager. On the PC.
Manager. Do you put Football Manager on your Year of Shame? You're not finished, aren't you?
I completed that. Completed it, mate.
I'm more surprised by how professional Digi made that introduction. It's almost as if you wrote it down beforehand.
I know, it's just off a cuff.
It wasn't really cool,
but I've got to say, this is getting edited out, isn't it? Fucking hell, good start. So I think the next thing I need to ask is, why are you doing the challenge? So what convinced you to come on this 5th year of the Year of Shame challenge? What dragged you into it, Steve-O?
I didn't drag anyone. I dragged other people, apparently. They will explain later. It was no dragging. I don't think there's any possible way you could drag Trevor into a challenge without him wanting to do it. So, Anyway, yeah. Me, Year of Shame. Well, let's just say I want to save a bit of cash this year. That's the main reason. But over the last 4 or 5 years, I have built up a stupid pile of games that has just remained unplayed. And the problem is, it's just I get caught up in the hype. See everyone in the community playing such and such a game, and I want to play it, and I need to break that habit. I play primarily single-player campaigns and co-op stuff, so there's no need for me to pick stuff up on day one. So I'm hoping the year will break me out of the habit of trying to buy stuff on day one and save a bit of cash and look to stuff next year to pick up cheaply. Also, as well, this year is a big part of my Year of Shame is going to be Final Fantasy. It's the 30th anniversary in 2017, and I want to play a buttload of Final Fantasy. But I'll go into more of that later on.
Okay, so Trev, what about yourself? What brought you into the Year of Shame this year?
Well, I went to EGX and I walked into the Atrium bar, and the next thing I seem to recollect was I agreed to do it with Steve. But on what? You're fucking hell. Don't even start me on this. Don't tell me, I never mentioned it to you and you weren't drinking.
It wasn't the Atrium, it was the railway bar.
You didn't even make it as far as the Atrium.
Straight off the train.
The railway bar?
Straight off the train into the railway bar, and then I was trying to persuade him.
But on a
EGX,
serious note,
it all seems to roll into one, doesn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, I guess honestly, I've done it as a community member, and it's easy to slip out as a community member when you're just listening to the guys. And I had to come back to Europe, so I have to start paying something called fucking tax all of a sudden. Bastards. Motherfucker, I've got a pay slip. Do you know, the fucking government takes money away from you for fuck all. So I thought I'd stop playing games then. No, I didn't. I haven't paid tax in 10 years. Trust me, you try and get a tax reference number and explain that to the taxman and why you haven't paid tax for 10 years, even though you sort of had a UK address at one point. It's a bit fucking rough. And the other reason why I normally fail it is Fallout 4 or a big game that I'll play all year will come out, so my pile doesn't go down. So this year, I've had a look, and there's I'm like Steve, someone in the community says, this is a great game. It's a great game for them, shit for you, but you still buy it, and then you think, oh, what the fuck is this game about? I'm not going to talk about Bloodborne. I'll leave that for up-and-coming months, but that's what I'm going to do, just wipe some of them out. Over to you, Linton. We're calling you Linton now. I'm going to call you Samuel. All right, Linton. Over to you then, Linton.
So much the same as everyone else, really. I'm one of these ones that buys into the hype every single time. And then there's it stays on the shelf, sealed up still, and it's months before I even open the game. And then I play it for 20 minutes and it gets traded in while I can get some money back for it. Obviously, by that time, that £40 game has gone down to £20, and it's just a waste of money for me. There's that reason, and there's the fact that we just had a newborn baby, my first. Yeah, thank you.
Don't think you can trade that in. Yeah. I think you're stuck with that one.
Not sure how much I'll get for it.
You can. It's called human slavery, though.
But have you taken it out the wrapper yet?
Yeah.
It's not stuck on the shelf somewhere.
It's just gathering dust on the shelf, so gaming time has been a little bit limited recently, but it's more the money saving thing, really. I've got more important things to spend money on, and I've got a big pile of games that just need playing, really.
Okay. Well, for myself, I took part in the first Year of Shame challenge, same as Trev, as a community member. At the same time, I was writing for Midlife Gamer. I've now been writing for Midlife Gamer for 4 years, and I've been writing for This Is Xbox now for a year. And one of the things I've noticed quite considerably is there's a huge turnaround in games that's increased exponentially in the last few years. It seems like there's always something new coming out week on week on week. So what I've found for myself, certainly from my gaming perspective, is I was having to rush through and complete games, and I was never getting to actually enjoy or finish them. And I've gathered quite a substantial list of games that I've yet to complete or yet to even start. And that's my primary aim, is really just to whittle down some of that pile that's sitting there nagging me. Some of the great games that have come out. Like you say, hype gets to me as well. I buy into the hype of the community. I pick up things like Overwatch, for example, which are played by the community for maybe a week or 2 weeks before the next big thing comes out, and it gets dropped like a hot rock. So I'm trying to break that habit, and also trying to work my way through some of the outstanding stuff that just hasn't had the loving that it should have had. So that's why I'm trying to make my way through it.
I think I'm with you on that, Digi, because there's been a couple of titles in the last year. The obvious example was The Division. We all bought into the hype for ages. It came out, and then it was fucking bollocks. End game stuff. It was just shit. Can I
make a point of order? Can I have a point of order? Steve, who convinced me to buy The Division?
Well, dude, this is what I'm getting onto. It was
bollocks when it first came. You fucking convinced me to buy The Division. Hold your fucking horses there. It's as we've seen, when it first came out, it was shit, and we probably shouldn't have bought it. But thanks.
Now, hold on, Trevor, fuck's sake. But it seems me and Digi have been dropping back into it now because they've had the latest update. They've sorted the shit out, so it's trying to get past that day one, getting on the hype train, buying it straight away. And if we sit back and let the games develop, find out what's shit, what's not. Actually buying stuff that we can enjoy. I think that's one of the things I want to get out of next year is not just not having shit in my shelf, is getting stuff that I know I'm probably going to enjoy. Getting it cheaper as well.
Division you can pick up at £15 now, can't you?
Exactly, and it's actually quite good post-game now, or end-game.
This is it. I think, as Steve has said, I think people that go in now and pick up the Division, for example, in the last couple of weeks after the 1.5 update came out, they're picking it up for £15 and are having a far more complete experience from the day they pick it up to the day they play it to the end than we had buying it day one, because that experience wasn't there towards the end. It was broken, it was incomplete, it was inconclusive, there was bugs, there was problems, and because we committed to that hype in that day one, we paid a far greater amount to come in and get the same or lesser experience than someone coming in now. So if we can break that chain and be one of those people that are coming at the end, that would be far better off, to be honest.
That exact reason I bought the Division for that reason, and then put it down within a week because it was just bollocks, wasn't it? It just wasn't fun at the time.
Yeah.
That's also the state of the games industry now. Can you remember when I was a young lad, when we didn't have real electricity and shit like that? You bought a game
to school.
And it was all coal-powered.
Fuck yeah! I did used to walk to school. Don't fucking start me on that.
Barefoot.
In the snow, no clothes on. But you used to buy a game. It would come on a disc. You stuck it in, and it fucking worked. Now, we all know if Bethesda releases a game, I know I've got Dishonored 2. I know, hand on heart, that game's going to be broken before I even start it up. Because Bethesda never release a game that works first time round. You've got to wait for the patches. So we should have learned our lessons. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, is it Bethesda broken or is it Ubisoft broken? There's a difference. Bethesda we know will do good. Ubisoft, yeah, it's broken because they're shit.
I don't... Oh, you mean, like, what
Anyway,
games do Ubisoft have? Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I love my
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed. Fuck up.
So that's
Watch Dogs.
That's 12 minutes
Watch
before
Dogs.
Trev
No,
mentions
don't-
Assassin's Creed.
Fuck it. There was a competition
We
on...
may as well just wrap up here because it's going to be like a 30-minute rant now, isn't
Hold
it?
on a second. No. Hold on a second. This is it. There was a someone retweeted something. There was a competition to win. I think it was an Xbox One. The reason why I didn't enter it is because the second prize was a free copy of Watch Dogs 2, and I thought I can't take the chances of having another shit game from Ubisoft. Shall I have a look to see where everything is, or why don't you just put it on the fucking map and I'll just wander around all afternoon?
So, now that we've got the introductions out of the way, and obviously we've always covered off our previous challenge experience, I think it's now over to you, Trev, to give us a brief rundown of the rules.
Well, the rules are quite easy. I do have some that I have an issue with. So obviously, what? I've got to read it. I've got to need a light. So no purchases whatsoever on our main gaming machines. So that's down to our consoles, the sort of Nintendos if you're 8 or whatever, 3DSs if you're 6. So all the adult consoles, Xbox Ones. There is a caveat to it though. You can have one joker, so you can pick up one game and not be ridiculed by everyone, unless it's Ollie, or Jace probably is going to start some bullshit about it. You can get one gift.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, you can get one gift if you're lucky enough to have a wife that buys you gifts for your gaming habit. Mine doesn't, because she hates me as it is anyway. You can use your existing store credit. Yeah, that's fine. Or any new credit gained by flogging off shit or eBay. Don't know why he's particularly picked eBay. Other services are available. There are no rentals. I don't use rentals anyway. Boomerang and PSN now? No, never use them. You can subscribe to PSN Plus and Xbox Live, or Xbox Live Gold, whatever that Xbox bullshit is, because you have to do that anyway to stay online. Now, I have an issue with this one. iOS and mobile games. Yeah, this is a Jace fucking one, so he can continue playing Marvel Puzzle Quest. But
Well, it's not continue playing, it's continue paying.
Oh yeah, but
Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, that's the second. I know that one comes later. That's in what euphemistically called the grey area. Bollocks. DLC for games that you already have. Any idea? Anyone got any feelings about that? Do you think that counts?
Yes, it should count.
I think it does.
If
it
you've got a
counts.
game, if you've got a game that you've probably been playing for a long time, and a new DLC comes out, it's
You'd
just
have already bought the season pass.
well, no, because there's certain things that
Then you're an
don't
idiot.
come under that, and I'm specifically thinking about Diablo 3 in the coming year. There is a new job class coming out. There's new quests coming out, and then that's going to be paid DLC. Now, I've put a lot of hours into Diablo 3. It's one of my kind of core games.
You never mentioned that when you asked me to do this challenge.
What the whole bloody ultra?
Okay.
Right. Anyway, if you've got the game, I think
Yes.
you should be allowed to buy DLC for it. Not go overboard like in, say, World of Tanks, World of Warships, and those kind of things, and splurge on them. But if it is a game that you already play regularly and you have invested in beforehand, it's just like paying for PS Plus and Games with Gold. You're investing in a service.
Mm-hmm.
To counteract that a second, Steve, like, what class would you put Diablo under at the moment?
For me, it's a class 4. Even though I've completely rinsed everything in it, I've got the Platinum Trophy, I have put hundreds of hours into that game. All my classes are up at 70 plus. I'm on Paragon level 1600 or something. I still play that game regularly.
So,
I will play it at least once a month and
Okay,
go on.
that's-
Anyone else that's playing it, I will drop in on it. So it's
That's
for me,
something
it's an
you play
ongoing
regularly.
game.
I see what you mean, yeah. But if you've got something that you've already put down, and you're going to pick it back up again because of DLC, I think then that should be a no-no, personally. Because that game, theoretically, you've already finished that game, and now suddenly the DLC's come out and you want to buy it again. It's bringing the class down of the game, isn't it? And you want to be striking
Yes.
off these classes.
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, you could play a game on release. For example, Dead Rising 4. I just got that recently. And as I said on the Facebook page, that's my last purchase of the year before the year of shame starts. And I've finished the main campaign. I've still got a few bits to mop up, but I know for a fact I'm going to have that finished before the end of the year. But the DLC won't be coming out, so I'll be class 5ing that before the end of the year. And then the DLC will come out, and if I purchase that DLC, it will change it from a class 5 back down to a class 4. So
Another example of this is, say for Trev, if miraculously Bethesda say, "Oh, we're going to release some more Fallout 4,"
It's okay, that's done. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, this falls
see,
in.
right,
Forget it.
yeah, I've got Trev on my side. So, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what the argument is about now. You never mentioned. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I totally agree.
If you look at the DLC for The Witcher that came out, I haven't played it myself, but apparently it's huge, and so
Yeah.
it's almost like a new game, isn't it? So and you're purchasing something that's a huge expansion, which you could spend 20 hours on. You could spend that 20 hours knocking a couple of games off your list, couldn't you?
I agree with you,
Not that-
Lindsay. If it's something you've not
Well-
played at all, and then you suddenly go, "Well, I want to buy the DLC," it's probably a bit of a two fingers up
Well,
at a
okay,
challenge. But if
let's-
it's something you are
let's-
playing regularly, then that's fine. Yes, Derek.
Yeah, I would say let's put it to one side because we're not going to agree. At the moment, we're just going to continue arguing back and forth.
It'll
So
just
how
be something
about
that we can ridicule each other for when it comes up.
Yeah.
But we
Exactly.
talked about The Witcher 3. They weren't DLCs. They actually Project CD Red actually called them expansions. They weren't
Yeah.
DLC. Because if you look at the DLC for Fallout, some of it was just horse shit. I mean, what you had you could build stuff, bollocks.
Automaton Workshop. That was
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that was great. What the fuck was that about? So that
Yeah.
I think. I love The Witcher 3, and I love the way CG Project Red dealt with it and treated the whole community. They weren't DLCs; they were expansions. So
yeah, no, I would agree with that. So I think what we'll do is, as I say, we'll draw a line under it. DLC is kind of a contention still, but we'll open it up to any of the listeners if they want to give us their input. Do they side with Linton? Do they believe it shouldn't be included, or like Steve-O and I believe it should be included in some cases, or Trev's case, if it's Fallout, then it's all okay. Give us your opinion. It's no reason why you can't just fire that into us. So, Trev, what else have we got on the rule list?
EA Access. Now, I'm not sure I have this. You got it down as a grey area because you reckon it's not a subscription, but actually a rental service.
It is. It is. I think it's more like a rental service. You're not buying into a service like PS Plus and Games with Gold where you're paying a subscription to gain access to network usage and multiplayer games. EA Access is more like you're paying 20 quid a year to have access to a whole series of games. So you don't get any benefit other than the games. So that to me is a subscription service like Boomerang. So I think that's a complete no-no, to be honest.
Okay, but so what you're saying is none of us should be putting money to EA Access
if you've
during the year.
if you've got a 12-month subscription already,
I've
fine.
got 3 years, so
fine, that's fine. You've paid for it. You've paid for it already, but not in the middle of it. Suddenly go, well, I'm going to drop 20 quid for a year subscription. That doesn't count.
I think the condition I will put on myself. I mean, typically the big thing about EA Access is they give you old games, typically last year's games that they'll give you for free in the vault. The big thing about EA Access is they give you access to playable, timed, exclusive demos of the existing games that are or the new games that are coming out.
Yeah.
So that's the part I'm going to say I'm going to swear off EA Access for the time being. By all means, I'll have the games there in the vault, but I will not pick them up. I'll not play them. I'll not include them. And the same goes with any of the demos. Although I've paid it in advance, I'm quite happy to forgo any access to EA Access until such time as the Year of Shame is finished.
See, dude, I'm quite happy for you to go for it because I reckon at some point during the year we will all get in a funk. And what might be good for you is if you've got the rolling you've got the subscription paid for already. At such point, you play your 10 hours of a new demo, and that might put you back in the right frame of mind, or it might kill you. I'm hoping it'll kill you, and you just suddenly go, "I'm buying something."
More likely, it would kill me. Yeah, it would fry my brain. So, does anyone else have EA Access?
I've
Just got
actually,
to ask.
but I've never used anything from it. I don't know why I even signed up to it. I've had it for 2 years now, and I don't even know how to access it.
The next one is
what next?
Next one is MMO subscriptions. Now I don't know why, but it's got must be live before we start the challenge, which is counterintuitive because it would have to be live before we started the challenge. But
this is aimed at me.
It is because I knew you were tempted by Final Fantasy 14, and you know I've played it in the past, but I'm not resubbing. So
Final Fantasy 14 is an MMORPG that I played quite a lot of. I picked up a sub again for Heavensward for the expansion that was out earlier on this year. Was it last year?
It was
last year,
it was beginning of last year, April, I think. It
Yeah,
might even be before that was 2015.
I've played for a fair bit of the content. I've still got a couple of weeks left, and I will not be resubbing. So it's an null point because, as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to be included in my Year of Shame challenge.
Well, dude,
I will not be playing it.
I'd say one thing. They do plenty of 96-hour passes every couple of months. So maybe 1 month, if you're feeling a bit bored, you get the free weekend. Go on.
Yeah.
No.
I've got Elder Scrolls Online if I've got that urge. So
okay, we'll
don't
do that
really
then.
need to.
We'll do Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Trev can join
Like
us.
to say, MO, I can't even say the word, but you got like Paragon and things like that, haven't you?
This is it. Yeah, there's plenty of free-to-play games on the console. So
We can play
There'll
Elder
always be
Scrolls
something to pick
Online and shout at Trevor down the line going,
Oh, yeah.
L2,
Actually,
L2.
go fuck yourself now. The last one, in my defence, it was 3 o'clock in the morning for me, and I'd been drinking. You all truck up at 11 o'clock your time and expect me to understand. And you didn't say L2. You just kept fucking sending the message L2 without telling me what it was fucking for. So, anyway. Microtransactions is next.
I don't think any of us play him. Yeah. Well, I think this is more the MP Marvel Puzzle Quest kind of thing.
I think it is. I think this is Jace's Get Out.
Well, no, I at the moment, the way they're playing, they've supported the game. There is no need to actually splurge money on it because they are throwing stuff at us on it. Hero points in CP, everything. As a regular player, you don't have to actually put money on it anymore. So I think it's a moot point now.
Yep.
I have to raise my hand and say it might not be, because
Why?
I do play. I do play World of Tanks, World of Ships, and World of Aircraft. So sometimes, I'm not saying sometimes I might be tempted, but they offer you a new ship, and it's a pretty ship. And what do you do when it's a pretty ship?
You buy it.
Yeah, you're right. You buy the fucking thing because you can't get the. World of Ships are not bad. World of Tanks, I'm just horse shit. Especially on for
Right,
something.
okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, I'll let you have microtransactions then, Trev.
I might actually, to be honest with you, because I know microtransactions is the fucking dangerous thing because they're easy to click on, and before you know it, you've spunked 100 quid away, and you're thinking, what have I spent 100 quid away on? Oh yeah, you bought 2 ships and some pretty camouflage that you don't fucking use, and especially in some of the games like World of Aircraft, you don't know what the climate is before you start. So if you've got winter camouflage and you're playing your suit up, next thing you know, you're flying in the desert, you're thinking, gee, can anyone see me all white in the middle of the fucking desert? Or vice versa. Oh, I've got desert camouflage. Oh, it's the Alps. Great. Everyone can spot me now. So no, I might.
Okay, as long as you don't abuse it, Trev, then I think microtransactions are fine. on your part.
Are we still talking about microtransactions? I'm not abusing it now. My hands are above the table. Existing paid pre-orders. I'll be honest. I've got this.
Oh.
I've got. What have I ordered? Red Dead Redemption 2 coming.
I wonder who that's
already
aimed
made
at.
it.
Did
Have
you?
you ordered it, Jeff?
I
Or
know,
Callum
I know.
ordered it?
There seems to be a lot of stuff aimed at making me look bad. I'm noticing.
I know. I'll agree. I've already picked up Red Dead Redemption.
Have you paid for
Tough
it?
shit.
Right.
Have you fully paid for it?
Yeah, technically.
Now,
Wait,
my question
do-
is, did you pay for that intentionally, knowing that if you prepay for it now, you might get away with it?
No, because
No.
I'd have ordered that anyway.
See, I'm
See,
I'm in the same position as Trev.
Trev. It's
Yeah.
when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, that is going to be late 2017.
Yes, so they'll be just in
It's
time.
It's possibly going to get. There's no guarantee it'll be 2017. It could be early 2018.
They're
Why?
easy.
See, the thing
Why?
is, hold off. You'll get it in a deal after the new year in 1st of January 2018. Press that button, dude.
Dude, if tomorrow they said that Fallout 5 was coming out, and if I pre-ordered it now, I'd get some special. Do you think I'd fucking wait to 2020 to pre-order it? I'd be going,
Well-
give me the pre-order now for.
We'll deal with that in a later section because yeah,
Certain
we
games.
do have games coming out in 20. Yeah, I've got a few opinions on certain games coming out in 2017 that may get me ridiculed. So yeah,
Right. Okay. So, well, pre-order for me, I have already explained this previously. I have 2 pre-orders that I've had sitting for. One of them I've had for nearly 2 years, and the other one has been pre-ordered for about 9 months now. That would be Horizon Zero Dawn, which I picked up for an absolute steal, and I'm paying round about £18 for the game new. So I'm paying less than what I would probably pay for it if I waited till 2018 to pick it up. And Nier Automata is the other one. And the only reason I have that pre-ordered is because it's the big black box collector's edition. With the
oh
mod
you
for
fucker! Did you get
£175.
that?
Of course I did. That's what I'm saying. Is it's not one I'm
Right.
willing to cancel
No,
because it's
I'll let you.
limited run.
I'll let you have the black
So-
box edition because I'm pissed off. I got the email from Square Enix at 5 o'clock on Sunday to say, yes, we're releasing this big black box edition. Went straight onto the website, sold out. I am
Yep, yep.
fucking pissed off. But anyway,
I had my order for that in for about 6.5 months now, at least.
the black box edition.
And I'm not willing to cancel it. Yep, I'm not willing to cancel it purely for that reason because it does come up again, but your chances of getting it are slim because
Yeah,
they
I've already
sell out so quickly.
I've seen on eBay that's going for scalpers are trying to sell it for 270 already, and it's
That's
fucking ridiculous.
no surprise.
Because I did the Ultimate Collector's Edition on Final Fantasy 15, and I know how quickly those Square Enix collector editions go. So Ollie's going to kill us for this, but I'll let you.
Do you know what? You say that, you say I'll let you off, but I will quite happily commit to this right now. This is directly to you, Ollie. Nier Automata will not touch my machine until 2018.
We had a discussion offline back in
That
October,
still
didn't we,
doesn't
Digi?
count. You bought it.
Well, no. I think I'll come on to this later. Me and Digi had an offline discussion back in October for his 2000 AD signing thing. There's a certain title coming out next year that is I cannot miss, and it's like you and Fallout. It's nothing to do with gaming or anything. It's a collector's thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
not Duke Nukem Forever 3, is it?
Yes, it is. It is. I'm going for the Balls Deep edition when it comes out.
Is this not why we've got a Joker then, guys?
No, it's. I'll explain that.
Yes, it is.
I've got complicated things going on with my Jokers, so it's. I'll explain when.
Oh,
in
fucking
the later
hell.
section.
The excuse is starting already, and it's December.
It's not an excuse. It's not an
It's
excuse.
December, and you're
As I
making an
say,
excuse.
I am not,
the only
dude.
reason I have Nier Automata pre-ordered is because of the limited edition collector's edition.
It's a
model
It's
that
a
I
collector's
want to
piece.
have.
But if
What
I,
want.
dude,
Yeah?
if I see it pop up on PS Plus on PSN that you've been playing that game, then you'll get the ridicule.
Oh, trust me, yes, I'll wholeheartedly accept.
But as a
any ridicule that comes,
collector's piece,
but-
I can understand why. But
and
will
I'm sure Ollie will understand this coming from his
if
point of
if
view
it
as a
came with a
collector
cloth
himself.
map and Ollie was doing the challenge, he would be exactly the same.
Yeah, we wouldn't argue. So, yeah, I think it's a moot point. I do have pre-orders, but as I've said previously, I'm willing to forgo playing those games to ensure my integrity remains intact for the gaming. So I've
Okay,
not
dude.
actually used it for a game that I can play in 2017.
I
It's
have
for
no
ulterior motives.
I have no problems with people that buy collector's editions. I'll be honest.
There,
because
see?
I am the worst
True.
whore for
Thank you.
doing it.
Trev's on our side, so fuck you all, community. We've got Trev
Again,
on our
we'll
side.
open it up to the community. If they want
Yeah,
to ridicule me
community.
before we even started,
Community, go fuck you. Come and see my Fallout 4 collection. I almost bought. Did you see the fridge they were offering? I almost bought the fridge, but it's
What
too
fridge?
determined.
I've not seen it. I've not seen a fridge. Where's the fridge?
You could
Oh, there's a Nukem Cola fridge.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah.
Didn't I not send you? Yeah.
You didn't send me a link. Mind you, I
might
don't think I
post the
could
links
smuggle
on
that one in the house.
Yeah, that was
No,
my problem.
no.
But I'm not saying I'm buying it, but it's not games related. Actually, I noticed on this list, there's no hardware down on it
I
right.
think
Now,
hardware
this is
were
a good
allowed,
point.
but
because hardware is
Yeah.
exempt.
it
It
is.
is indeed. Yeah.
I forgot to put that on the
Now,
list.
this brings
I know
up
you
an
did.
interesting point.
Don't worry.
With regard to this current year's Year of Shame, and a certain Mr. Spink, who used the purchase of hardware as an avenue to get hold of a game that he shouldn't have got hold of.
I don't think he's played
Oh,
it though. Has he
that's
played it?
I
Spinky
think
though.
he has.
Let me check.
That's
I-
Spinky.
He played it, but his hardware broke, so he had
I-
to return it.
Oh,
I think that's
right.
the only reason why he hasn't actually played it properly is because the hardware broke. So I think Mr. Spink would have broken the rules via hardware if he had the opportunity. So I'm quite happy if someone wants to buy hardware, that's fine. But if you get a game along with that hardware, that game is not to be put anywhere near your machine.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
my personal.
Okay,
I
opinion.
don't
I see
think
what
we've
you're
got
saying.
much of an there's not much
You're
of an
ta-
issue
you're
if
talking-
you're upgrading to a Xbox. Oh, no, sorry, a PS Pro or something. There's not much of an issue there.
I'm
it's
thinking
when-
more of the Nintendo Switch.
Yes, that is next
is
year.
the one that could be contentious.
But none of us.
Oh,
I can
shit.
see by Trev's face. Yeah, he's a day one purchaser for that fucking thing, isn't he?
Well, well, hold a second. I don't like Nintendo, but
Really?
I know
Really?
Jack-
Never would
well,
have guessed,
no.
dude.
Well, Jace fucked me off with this when I said about it. It's you can play Skyrim on the Switch.
You can.
Yeah. Why would I not want to have a Switch?
Because you can
Because
play
it's
Skyrim.
Nintendo. Anyway,
Because I can.
Because you're not 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just taught myself out of it. I'm not 6. I don't want to play that. Anyway, the last one on this list I can't understand because I don't know what this concept is. It's topping up existing credit via Quidco.
Right,
Oh,
let me expand your notes that I provided you with earlier there, Trev.
I don't know what that fucking is. What is
Right.
that? Is that some sort of UK shit?
Yeah.
It is,
Example
yeah.
for me, right? I use Top Cashback, which is where you click through Top Cashback and they give you a certain amount of cashback on purchases. Now, these purchases aren't gaming related. So if, say, I set up my car to be its annual service through Top Cashback, they'll give me 20 quid back. I can convert that 20 quid into Amazon vouchers. Now, those Amazon vouchers could theoretically be spent on a game.
Yeah.
I have gone back through previous years. AD, who's in this current year, asked the question in the first year, and they said it was fine. But I want to
Okay, year
double check
5, the rules have been revised. I'm
If
saying
it-
no. I'm
That's
saying
fine.
no on that one.
That's fine. That's why I put the question forward. It's because I
That's
want
good
to see.
because I haven't got
your-
a fucking clue what that question was about anyway.
I
That's
would
cool.
say if you've got existing credit that's basically is effectively an additional avenue for buying new games, that should be your lot because that's giving you an additional effective joker.
That's fine. That's
depending
fine.
on how much you've got. So
I'm
yeah,
happy with
I
that.
would
I just
say-
wanted to clear with you guys. If you're
Yeah.
not happy with it,
Yeah.
then I won't do it. So
Yes, right.
that's okay.
But always
The-
save up your Amazon vouchers for 2018, but no.
Well,
to
the
use
thing
them
is,
for
what I
the
was going to
challenge.
do is, if I was going to do Amazon vouchers, is use that money to do my resubs on PS Plus and Xbox Live. So I'm not having to pay for them, which are within things. So not use them for games, but use them to do my existing subscriptions.
I have no issue with that.
So
None whatsoever.
I do have existing Amazon credit, but if the case is I can't use my Top Cashback stuff, I will ignore the Amazon credit, and that will be exclusively for my sub re-ups. PS Plus.
Are we
Xbox
actually
Live.
declaring what credits we've got?
We will do because you are going
Yes,
to rip the
we
shit
will.
out of me on something in a bit. I know it.
Yeah, of course I am.
The Quidco thing.
What? In a bit. In a bit.
It's not
I'm gonna start
Quidco,
putting
it's something
shit.
else.
So the
Okay.
Quidco thing's a no from me as well. I get a fair amount of money off it a year for all the hotels stopping through work. So if
Yep,
that was
yep.
if that was allowed, I'd probably get about 200 quid next year.
That's good. That's cool, dude.
To spend that on games would defeat the point for me. So it's a no from me.
Exactly. Yeah, it kind of undermines the challenge to an extent.
Because it's the
so
only reason.
I-
Sorry, yeah, go on.
no, go ahead. The
The only reason I put it forward is because the original challenge in year one was to not spend cash. So they were doing eBay trade-ins and Quidco
Sounds
and
like
that.
they cheated a lot in year one.
They did. They did.
Oh,
there was
it was
there was a
phenomenal. The
lottery
amount of cheating
friend
was
at one
amazing.
point. Lottery
Yeah,
friend.
the lottery friend.
And
Boxhounder, we're looking at you here.
Review
the lottery
copies.
friend was that was a masterwork. That was just genius, I must say.
Oh, yeah, you've got to go down. That was how you could think that up at the last minute. Oh, my mate won the lottery and gave me a game. What?
Exactly.
First of all, that is horseshit. And second of all, what a cunt of a mate that is. He won the lottery and all he could have, look what you could have won. You could have had a speedboat.
Oh, fucking hell. So, with the baseline rules out of the way, are there any variations on the rules that anybody wants to divulge for their own personal challenge?
No variations. I will be trading my stuff in once I've played it because I do tend to trade my things in, but I'll be banking it up for January 2018 to then, spend on what.
that sounds a good plan.
Yeah, so
Fine.
effectively anything that you do trade in, you won't be using it towards purchasing games in 2017. You'll be using it as a big splurge in the January sales to pick up things for cheaper.
There's one thing that I do quite regularly that I'm going to also be taking a hiatus on is I play a lot of raffles on like Facebook groups, the gaming groups, and I might play the occasional one where there's hardware involved. So there might be a PS4 for grabs. If the game's with it, then if I do win it, but because I play quite a lot of them, I have won quite a fair amount of games this year through them. So I'm going to be taking a hiatus on that as well because I do spend a lot of money on it.
Dude, if you
Decent stuff.
was it paid raffles?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they're bonus
yeah.
ball raffles. So there's like 59 tickets, and someone will put, let's say for example, Titanfall 2 is like 70 pence a ticket, and then you pick your numbers. You might have 5 randoms, whatever. Pay £3.50, and then when the next lottery draw comes up, whatever the bonus ball is, will then that if you've got that number, say it's
All right.
15, you win that game then. And it's
Right,
good
okay.
fun, you know. But yeah,
Do you-
it's
do you
very
win a
easy.
lot?
Yeah, I've won quite a lot of stuff actually. I've won about
Well,
six or
why
seven.
why not keep doing it? We can just give all our shit away at MLGX next year.
Because
No,
I was being serious.
in reality,
I was
what
being
I, actually,
serious.
what I actually spend on it,
Should I get a little thing and put up in front saying I'm actually being serious and not sarcastic?
see, it's quite hard to differentiate that, Trevor.
Yeah, I've been told that.
If I added up all the money I spent on raffles, I could just go and buy the games anyway. So it does defeat the point, but it's just a bit of fun and feeling like you've won something for 70p. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm stopping that as well.
Okay,
Okay,
no, that's fair
that's
enough.
good.
That's fair enough. Steve-O, any variations for yourself? on the base rules?
No rule deviations for me. I'm going strict rules plus one
That's
gift,
not
one
quite
joker.
true, though, is it, Steve?
No, right. I had an offline discussion with Digi back in October. There are a couple of games coming out next year that there is a caveat on. If I pretty much have my Joker and gifts planned, and it's Final Fantasy anniversary next year. There's been a couple of things thrown into the mix that I've had to reevaluate this on. When I last spoke to Digi, there's Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out next year. Now, if that is a purely digital game, I will hold off on that until 2018. But if there is a physical collector's edition with whole loads of fancy shit, then that will be a purchase, and it will stick in the background. Because it's for me, Final Fantasy is a collector's thing. It's not a gaming thing. And yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to get
okay.
ripped the shit out of this. But
No. I'll give up.
The thing that's been thrown into the mix is in the last couple of days, I have found out there is potentially a 13 trilogy remake for PS4. There is also potentially a 30th anniversary bundle coming out, which will include all the Final Fantasies, that's 1 through to 13, as a physical collector's edition. So that is all the PS, and these are the original versions on NES, SNES, plus remastered versions for PS1, PC, everything. It'll just basically be a blanket box for everything. Now, if that is announced, and I'm stating now, that is announced, it's going to be expensive. But if it's announced, I will be getting it, and I will forfeit everything else. I will forfeit all my credit. I will not use it. I will forfeit my Joker. I will forfeit my gift. And I will not
And your
play
dignity.
them. I'm a dignity. But the thing is, for me, that is a collector's piece. Because
Right, okay.
it is the 30th anniversary. This will never come about again. So
it's going to
Okay,
be limited
okay.
edition, and it's possibly not
It
going
will
to
be-
be available afterwards.
it will not be
guaranteed.
available afterwards.
So
It will
I
go.
think
It will,
If it's the
Go buy something
30th
like that.
anniversary
It will
edition,
just
it's
go.
going to be very limited run.
The things that are chances are they're going to sell out very quickly, and they're not going to be available afterwards. I think you're perfectly
No.
fine to go and buy something like that, as long as you don't play it. As long as you don't play it.
I'm not going to
Well,
argue.
the thing is,
I'm not arguing. I can just hear Jason's voice now and Ollie's voice.
But the thing is,
you said you weren't going to buy a game. You see, now, when we're talking of randoms actually find this, and they'll think this is weird. Well, given that I probably have maybe 4 or 5 copies of Fallout New Vegas from the States, from everywhere else and everything else, they'll go, what, you bought the same game more than once? Yes, I did. Because that's a collector's edition. That's
see,
not
that's the
opening.
thing. It's a collector's point. It's a collector's point.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy for me is not a gaming thing. It's something separate. It is.
It's like
not-
Dragon Quest for me, basically.
Yes, but
Yeah,
there's
that's-
if there was a physical, really limited edition collector's edition of a new Dragon Quest, we would not. Well, I wouldn't hold it against you getting it. Those are the two fuckers may give you some stick. Jason Ollie certainly will give you some stick.
Yep.
But I would
so
be
let-
fine with it.
So for Linton, I mean, we all know clearly I'm a Fallout 4 Bethesda fucking idiot. What's your Achilles heel when it comes to games that you...
Retro
this
games.
is always...
He's a retro gamer.
It's all about retro for me. But Resident Evil, Gears of War, and Mass Effect really are my three big franchises.
Ka-ching!
Yeah,
Shit year for
See,
you then.
You're
We've
fucked
heard a
next
Joker
year.
just be
You're
announced there, I
fucked.
think. I think we just heard a Joker announced. Right, okay.
What do you
so
mean? Which one?
What we'll
Anyway,
do is
carry on.
we'll move
Go
on. Trev, what about yourself? Any variations on the rules that you read out?
No, but I will. The microtransaction one is one I know I'm susceptible to. So that's
Right.
Spinky
That's
got
one
away with it.
pull
You
back.
can get away with it. And you're harder
I
than
know,
Spinky, so fine.
Fucking Spinky, he's a girl for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. He can't even grow a fucking beard, can he? I think he's got low testosterone.
Yeah. Funnily enough, this is the beardiest year of shame
Yeah.
Isn't it?
so far. It
Yeah,
is
but
the
how,
beardiest.
how come Linton doesn't get a beard on his picture though?
I'm going to Photoshop that in. It's because I sent off an old picture to Lottery Terry, so it's fine. It's fine. I'll Photoshop something in.
How old? About 4 years.
Must have been about 10
It
years
was
ago.
on your Facebook, dude. It's on your Facebook. It's there with
Was
your
it when he was
missus.
6 or something? It looks like he's
think
only
so.
fucking... He should have short trousers on. I'm thinking, who the fuck is that cunt? I don't know
It
him.
looks like he should have a green hat on and a little fairy floating above his shoulder.
He's like the biggest one of us all together. And he looks like he's like 6 next to some grizzled old men with beards going, yeah, I haven't got long to live. Midlife gamer, I'm pushing that one.
Don't wait, I'll
So, I
Photoshop
think-
that shit in for you there, Len. So
Put some stubble on, mate. Right. Because compared to
But I
you
think it's
three,
only
mine-
myself
you're all right
that
with
is
you're all right
into-
with word paint going on around there, aren't you? Yeah.
I think it's only myself to announce any variations for myself. Obviously, the two key orders are the only variation. I am going full on, one Joker, one gift, and as you know, I typically get review copies quite regularly for both This Is Xbox and Midlife Gamer, and I've spoken with both editors, and I will be taking a backseat on both sites. So I will be stepping away from my role as a writer and purely acting in a back-end editor role for the duration of 2017. So I will not be taking any review copies whatsoever.
I wasn't going to say it, but you said it, Jim.
It's no surprise, no surprise. I think next thing we've got listed is actually talking about store credit, any credit that we currently have outstanding. So we did touch on this. I think what we'll do is we'll just go round the room. So Trev, do you have any outstanding credit currently on the PSN?
I could lie, but the answer is no. Just
Right.
my Red Dead Redemption. That's it.
You're a zero-sum man. You don't have any
I
credit.
don't keep credit on PSN. I'm already having a row with Sony about changing my fucking region. So let's not start that rant off.
Okay. So, Steve-O, what about yourself? Do you have
Dude,
credit
I wish you
outstanding?
hadn't asked me. Right.
Oh, should I move on to Linton first? And
Oh,
get
fucking
yes,
hell.
yeah.
easier
What's
one
that?
out of the
Did you
way,
just
yeah?
pick a folder up?
Mine will be as quick.
Is
This
that
is
a
this
folder?
is this is my book of notes here. That was my thing.
You
See,
got,
notes.
you got an Excel spreadsheet. Is this
No.
the board meeting of Apple or something? Yes,
Dude.
let me have a look at my credits
Dude, don't-
outstanding.
Don't give me shit when I had to send out show notes to everyone. So fuck
Okay,
off.
okay, right. Let's get this over and done with. Let's pull off the band-aid. How much credit do you have, Steve-O?
Me, right? As I look through my balance sheet.
Oh my
No,
god!
no.
Somebody's
Right.
lick his finger and turning pages.
Okay, right.
Adding up. He's got an abacus
So-
there, and
Yeah, I'm old enough for those fucking things. So, I know we've said Amazon credits out, so that's deal with that. I have £3 on PSN.
right, that's not too bad.
Whoa, cool, man.
£3.
I
Okay,
have-
You can't get balls on with that, but yep. Okay.
No,
Get
I
a
have.
feed with that.
Yeah, I have £20 on PayPal, but I am using that for the Final Fantasy trading card game next year, so nothing. And then I may have £90 on Go. So
Was it,
yes,
the,
until Linton.
the trading card game doesn't count though, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, I have 90 quid at game.
So, Linton, what about yourself?
I've currently got about £5 on PSN, but that will increase because I always get bought stuff for Christmas, and obviously it's not Christmas yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I more than likely won't be using it. If I do, it will be for my Joker or whatever.
Yeah. So just to confirm, myself, I'm slightly higher than the both of yourselves. I'm on £18 when I checked on PSN, £17.97 if you want to be exact.
Oh, that's all right. When you said slightly higher, and I was here worrying about 90 quid, which no one seems to have commented on.
£2,500. I don't know where that's come from.
It's just like, woo. Anyway.
So yeah, I've got £18 on PSN and £15 on the Xbox One. That's current credit values that I have, and like Linton, typically most of my family don't know what the hell to buy me, except they know that I'm a gamer, so I typically get credit at Christmas. So I've tried to dissuade them from doing that this year, but whether they listen or not, I don't know. So we'll address that in the new year once I know what I actually get for Christmas. So Trev, actually, did we cover your credit list?
Yeah, he's got fuck all.
Yeah, you've
Fuck
got
all.
all, haven't you? Yeah.
I don't believe in leaving credit hanging around on Sony, motherfuckers.
Okay, so I'm going to hold off till last on this next part of it. So the question I'm going to put now to Sam, we'll put it to you first, Linton, is roughly how big is your pile of shame? What are you looking at trying to make your way through? What have you got sitting?
Is roughly. I've currently got 63 games on my pile. I've included pretty much everything I own, apart from the ones that I don't. My retro stuff, which I just collect. I don't play that anyway. I've got roughly eight, maybe 10 games that are class 4. So really shouldn't be on the pile, but I'd like to revisit them at some point during the year. So let's say 50 games as a class 1.
Okay, so I think it's probably a good point now to actually just take a step. And again, for those that aren't previous listeners, don't know what we're talking about when we say a class. In year 1, Cy Stevens and Terry and Dave basically came up with the idea of a class-based
Jace,
system.
don't forget Jace, because he'll have a hump if you don't
Jace
mention
had
it.
nothing to do with it. He's absolutely got no creative input whatsoever. And
Do you mean the loudmouth cunt who comes in the bar at EGX? That guy.
That's the guy.
Oh, yeah, I know
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
you mean. Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one.
I remember him now.
I thought that was you, Trev.
big twat.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's
the
a given.
No,
The other
Trev's
loudmouth
the one that
cunt.
doesn't leave.
You're the one that got us barred.
I did not get us fucking barred.
That's Dougie.
That was Dougie. Yeah, that was
Was
Dougie.
it?
It was Dougie got us barred.
Yes, it was Dougie.
Hey,
That is
who
easily blamed.
and
Yep.
who all got chopped off the train, but they left me on it? Yeah. Fuck off.
The ranking system works as follows. A rank 1 is still in the wrapper, untouched. Rank 2 is you've done a Mantis Mat and given it a 20-minute blast. Rank 3 is you've played it but not yet completed the main campaign. Rank 4 is you've completed the main campaign but not yet fully completed the game, in your own opinion. And rank 5 is you have completed the game as much as you want to complete it. So it doesn't mean that you've 100% it. It means, as far as you're concerned, you no longer have any requirement to play that game any further, and it is off your list. So as Sam was saying, well, he's got several rank 4s, so he's got several games that he's finished the actual main campaign, but hasn't yet polished it off. So maybe there's some DLC or some collectibles that are still sitting there, that sort of thing.
Things like Mass Effect and then Mass Effect 2 and 3. Obviously, they've just become backwards compatible, so I want to play them again before Andromeda comes out. So if I ever find time to do so, I will revisit them,
Yeah, of course. So 50 games. Trev, can you do better than 50?
Yeah, 171.
Okay.
About 50% are class 1s, but I think that's generally down to PSN Plus. There's a mix of 2s and 3s. That's the main chunk. And then obviously I've got 6 4s, but they're the usual suspects. They're Skyrim, Fallout 4, because I didn't
Witcher
complete
3.
the last DLC I didn't really like. You know,
No,
you spend
same
all
here,
that
dude.
time, you're slaughtering fucking raiders, and now you're going to be on their side. And because I play it in survival mode, it's a balls ache to do that last. There's one of those missions where you have to go and kill all your previous settlements. That means I have to walk across the fucking wasteland. So I just didn't. I will do it because my OCD comes in when I see the trophy list and it says 96%. I think, no, it's 100%. It's 100%. I must go back. So I will go back and do that. And I've just started Skyrim on the PS4, so that'll be platinums by the time we get to do the next one, because I can grind that fucker like no one's business. Multiplayer games, I won't go for a platinum, but if it's a game I can play on my own, where I don't have to put up with 14-year-old kids fucking around with me, I'll platinum that. So that's it. But I guess what I really want to do is drop everything down by 50%. So that means
50
I
games
have
in the year.
That's one a week,
I didn't
dude.
say
One a week, dude. You said 50. You've got 100 plus. You've got 170,
Right.
you said.
No.
Yeah, that's more like 80.
Hold on a
80.
second. I've been drinking. Don't fucking argue with me now. Right then. I know for a fact that I will start some of these games and go. And it's, when we're talking to Jason, I'll just go, fuck this. It's not for me.
And then
There
that's
is
it, class
one-
5.
Yeah.
There's one Achilles heel, and it is fucking Duke Nukem Forever. I have tried to get rid of that game for the last 4 years, just fuck me. I can remember the original one. And
I
what did they
challenge
fucking
you
do?
this year. I challenge you this year to complete Duke Nukem Forever. You do not do it, you have failed the year of shame.
I will do it, and I will fucking. I'll probably turn around saying, "Do you know what? This isn't a bad game." I don't know what everyone was talking about. Yep. So Duke Nukem is definitely on the list for stuff I need to get rid of. Just because I've promised myself since year one to get rid of it, and it still fucking sits there. Yeah. Jack Daniels will get me through it. It'll make sense of the plot. But that's all I really want to do.
Okay,
Is,
so
not get rid of them, just knock them down through the levels. So I might actually do a class 1 and bring it down to a class 2 or class 3.
so what you're looking at
necessarily-
half of your games to move them up from whatever class they're currently in to a higher class. That's what you're talking about then.
No, to move them down. I'm not going to move 4s up to 1s. Digi, what are you drinking for fuck's sake?
What?
I want to move them down. I want my 1s to become 2s. I don't want my 2s to become 1s. How does that even work?
Don't worry,
I haven't
Digi.
got a time machine.
I agree with you.
I'm
know-
sorry,
I know
but
what you're
I've
about.
always found when you count up is to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I've never known counting up to go 4, 3, 2, 1. But Trev,
Oh yeah,
he is
okay.
a bit backward,
You're
he's a
right.
bit
You're
weird,
right.
So
I retract that statement. You're correct. You're quite correct.
so who's been drinking too much tonight? Can anyone guess? Answers on a postcard.
Yeah. I tell you what. I'll go through the barrier in a minute, and I'll change my accent. If I talk like Linton, no one will know it's me. All right then. So I'm going to bring them up instead of going down. You know what I mean? Hey, our kid.
What's he trying to say?
I have no idea.
No, I'm not trying to say anything. What are you all picking on me? Is it because I've got a regional accent or something? Jesus Christ. Anyway, no, that's what I want to do.
Cool.
Whatever
Fair enough,
Digi
Trev.
said,
Fair enough.
that's what I want to do.
Good man. Good
Not
man.
what I said.
Devo, on to you.
Yes, dude.
What is your aim? Firstly, what's your pile of shame currently like, and what is your aim for achieving with the pile?
Right, I've got several aims. The initial pile I put out was 225 games across DS, 3DS, Vita, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. But
Jesus,
I have put that down to a working pile. Of that, 120 odd were games with gold, PS Plus. So I'm ruling them out. I'm only working on paid for games. That is what I'm considering my core.
Right.
So it's about 104, 105. The current gen, so that's the ones I'm playing, PS4, Vita, whatever, about 68 are class 1 to 3.
Okay.
So
Okay.
next year, I want to knock off 25% of my Class 1 to 3 games as a minimum, which is around about 17 to 22 of my games.
Okay.
In that are things like Mad Max, which I've
Ooh,
played
yes.
through a
Mad
lot
Max.
of the
Good
game,
game. Good game.
but I got sidetracked because, like Trev, there's all these question marks and things over the map, and I just want to complete everything, and I didn't complete the story. And I stopped liking the game, and I think I should just power on, get through the story, complete it, get it off my list. So that's my primary goal, is to get about 25% of my 4 games off my Year of Shame. But I have a secondary goal, which is, out of my 225 games, I own 24 Final Fantasy games. And that isn't saying 24 games, that's 24 titles of my entire... See, things like Final Fantasy X and X-2, I own 4 copies of each. So if you kind of pull that up, I'm probably in the 300 game bracket. Yeah, but I own it on PS2, 3, 4, and Vita. So what I'm going to do is a sideline, because it's a year of Final Fantasy as well for me. I am going to work on my 24 Final Fantasy. I'm currently going through 7 and 15 on PS4. I'm about 60 hours into 7, about 40 hours into 15. I should hopefully have them done by mid-January.
Okay.
But a lot of my Final Fantasy games, like 4, 3, 1, I own on handheld devices. So I'll own a PS1 copy, but I'll also own the Vita or a DS version. So on my lunchtimes at work, I'm going to take my DS in and work through them. And my aim is to try and tackle one of them a month through the year. So I want to knock off 12 of these Final Fantasy games throughout the year on my lunchtimes. And that's not saying 100% complete them, but it's get the main story done. Because, as you know, Final Fantasy games, their end game goes on for fucking ever. So if I can get the main story done on the handheld versions, that's me good. So I'll be playing them. On my third goal.
Okay.
And this will only apply, only Disco Viva will know this one. Me and him play Final Fantasy Theatre Rhythm, Curtain Call. I want to, at the end of the year, have 100% completion on all the characters and all the leveling on them. So that is my third goal. So yeah, so I've got 3 goals. It's going to take a bit of work.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think, as a layman, and I did buy Final Fantasy 15 because, again, you mentioned it. I thought, okay, I'll see what the fuss is. I think you're giving yourself a really big cross to bear there.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point.
Across yeah, well, the whole point is challenges to get rid of. It's not, it's not to self-flagellate yourself on the same game. I mean,
Thank you.
No, it's not.
I totally agree. Totally agree with you there, Trev.
It's not. But the thing is, Digi knows I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. And the thing that surprised him was that I had not completed 7, 8, or 9. So I when it originally came out, 7 in 1997, I got to Sephiroth, which is the end. I think it's the end boss. Never completed him on the PS1. But at that point, I wasn't a Final Fantasy fan. So it just kind of let it slide. So I didn't pick up 8 or 9. 10 I did at the time. Never really completed it. I got up to some boss up on Mari's Hill mountain thing. Never completed it. It's only in the last 7 or 8 years I've really gone balls deep on the franchise. And I'm at a stage now where I am in endgame for 13, 10, 15, 7, all this kind of thing. And I feel it would be a disservice in this 30th anniversary to not do it. And that's why I'm trying to do these things on the side as well as play other games, because I don't want to concentrate entirely on Final Fantasy because I know it could break the franchise for me. I want to have other things on the side because that's my breakup.
See why you want to do it now, though, because there's no distractions from it, is there? So you get that opportunity to do so. Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I mean, what I would say is you've put yourself 3 challenges in front of yourself.
Yes.
So you've put a challenge to reduce your pile, which is substantial in itself. You've also put your challenge on
25%,
yourself.
but it's 17 games.
25%.
And a lot of those games are, like Mad Max, are Class 3s edging on Class 4s.
Yeah.
It's just I've got to complete the storyline because I got distracted.
Now, your next part is to complete 12 Final Fantasies, which, again, is a considerable achievement in itself.
I say 12, but it's things like Chocobo Dungeons.
Okay, I will say good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I can't wait to hear what you're saying. I'm sure that some of the listeners will be the same. Can't wait to hear how you've actually got on with this. Trying to get all 3 done simultaneously, because I can see you're making a rough. You're, like Trev said, you're making a cross for your own back there. But you know what? It's all good. If that's what you want to do, if that's your aim, is to complete 12 Final Fantasy games throughout the course of the year, clear off Theatre Rhythm, and to do clear off a quarter of your titles. I'll encourage you to do as best you can. I would say don't criticize yourself too much if you don't achieve all 3. That's
I'm not going
all
to.
I'm saying. Yes.
Right, we finish that. Digi, how is your piles holding up, and is the medication working?
I'm a fan.
There is no medication. There's absolutely no cure. Okay, so yeah, my pile of shame, okay, is larger than all 3 guys' piles of shame combined. My current pile of shame currently sits at 474 titles. That is predominantly console. I haven't included any PC games here. So that's just consoles. So that's Vita, Xbox One backwards compatibility games, PS4 and Xbox One games. So I have 474 games in varying stages of completion.
Holy shit.
Now, how many, Steve? How many games did you say were PS Plus and Xbox One?
Out of my collection is 120 plus.
Right, so I'm probably round about at least that. I've got at least that on mine because my rank ones untouched is currently sitting at 173 titles. My rank
Fucking hell!
My rank 2 is currently sitting at 15 titles. So there's a few I've picked up, I've put it on, had a quick blast, and just never really got back to it. My rank 3, I'm currently sitting at 125 titles. And my rank 4 is currently sitting at 162 titles. Now, we could say quite easily that rank 4, 162, those games are effectively complete. I've completed the main story on that. But there's things still outstanding, niggling at me to finish them off.
Question marks.
Give us an example of one of your Type 4s then. And it can't be a normal one like Fallout.
Okay,
Give us a really random Type 4.
A random Type 4. Okay. Beat Buddy
Seriously?
on the Xbox One. Big Sky
Seriously?
Infinity on the PS Vita. Let's see. Borderlands 2.
Why haven't you completed Borderlands 2, dude?
No, I've completed the main campaign of Borderlands 2. I've just
do you know
other
what?
things to do. It's Class 4s. Yeah.
Did you? I thought I had OCD, but now I bow to you. You have more OCD than I do for completing games.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Don't tell me there's a question mark somewhere across the map you haven't done.
Yeah, totally. I'm even
Fallout 3
worse
doesn't
than you,
count. Fallout 3 doesn't count. Get
What?
that off your
Yes,
list.
it does.
That's last generation.
I don't give a shit. It's backwards compatibility.
Unless it's
It's on
backwards
Xbox
compatible.
One. I can play that on Xbox One, backwards compatible. It's still valid. It's a Class 4.
I'd have put Fallout 3 on my list, but I just thought I wouldn't get away with it.
But realistically, though, with the amount of games you've got, you're not going to go back to it, are you? You've got
No.
priorities there. So it should be
Exactly.
Class 5.
Yeah. No,
Oh, good God.
I would argue the point.
Linton,
but-
Linton's going to be the voice of reason.
Yeah,
now,
I'm
aren't
the
you?
voice of reason,
Guys,
yeah.
just calm down.
There are games
Okay.
on there that are Class 4 that I would quite easily say, do you know what? I'm actually finished. I don't think this is going to make the cut when it comes to the Year of Shame. There are ones on there. Is Fallout or any of the Fallout series going to fall under that category? fucking unlikely. Because
Okay.
it's just one of those series that I will go back to consistently and play over and over and over again. I've completed Fallout 3 6 times. I've probably got about 1,000 hours in Fallout 3 easily. So, no, I can't see it coming off my list.
I do the same with Resident Evil, mate, so that's, I'm
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
But at Resident Evil, I can complete in 7 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
For you, Digi, and you, Linton, on Resident Evil, you play those games a lot. Okay?
Yep.
Are they part of your pile of shame? Like me, I haven't put
Haven't included
Diablo
it.
3 on my pile of shame because I play that a fucking lot. Okay? To me, that is a class 6. I am fucking... It's just gone. It's just gone. But I will still play it. Okay?
I like the idea of a Class 6. Do you know what? I like the idea of a Class 6. I think we should introduce that this year. A Class 6 is a game that surpasses completion. It remains on your game list forever. It just never comes off your game list. As you yourself know, Steve-O, I've completed Diablo 3 on the PS4. I've completed Diablo 3 on the PC. I've completed Diablo 3 on the Xbox One.
So I've got a couple of games that I go back to every single year without fail.
Yeah.
And it's the Resident Evil remake on the GameCube, or what is the PS4 now, I've got it on as well. And Vandal Hearts from the PS1, Vandal Hearts 1 and 2. And I religiously will play those every single year. And I've done it for as long as I can remember. But they're not on my list because I know I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
theoretically I'm not finished with them because I will play them again. But
That to me is class 6.
yeah, so
That
yeah,
is
classic
games
always
that you
up
have completely rinsed. You play for a passion because you enjoy it. So which is to Digi, that your Fallouts are class 6 to me because you've completed them multiple times. You play them as a passion. It's a thing you do. You're not doing them to
Scale.
achieve anything. You're
No,
doing
just for
them
the
to
enjoyment of
play
playing
them
it.
because you enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
the same with
Okay.
Trev.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'll take your point. As I said 10 minutes ago, we'll quite happily take your point and add Class 6 into this list. So we will
Right.
do
Yeah,
that. But if
I
I
think
would
we
agree with
exaggerated
that.
with 10 minutes though. 6.
Yeah, I know. Well,
No,
roll on.
I would agree with that. There is such a thing as a class 6 game, and that's why when you talk about if Fallout 5 came out collector's edition for next year, I'd say fuck you all, I'm buying it because it's
for the
Fallout.
only games.
There are some games that transcend the pile of shame.
No, this is a new game.
So my list is currently sitting at 474 games. Ignoring the Class 6s, my aim is to go from 474 to at least dropping that to 320 games. So I'm wanting to knock 150 games off of my list. Now that, just to clarify, that is not I want to complete 150 games in the course of a year. I want to eliminate 150 games from my list. Now, if that means me going in and say, well, do you know what, I've class 4'd this, I can justify making it a class 5 instead, then that still counts towards that list. But I have to give it justification. I can't just say, class 5, that's fine. I have to actually give a justification for why it needs to come off my list. If it's a class 4 and I've done what I hope to do with it, then I'll make the justification in the case for that to come off. So I'm looking at probably doing about 60 to 70 games over the course of the year. I want to get actually finished from either 1 to 3 or 4 to a class 5. So any of those to a class 5, I'm wanting to get at least 70 done. And I'm wanting to get at least 30 to 50, just get rid of them. Acknowledge that I'm never going to play them, I'm never going to get to play them, or the game just does not appeal to me, so I'm removing it from my list. So that's what I want to do. I want to reduce my pile at the end of the day. That's what I want to achieve, is to remove some of the dead weight from my pile of shame.
I'm going to say nothing.
It's over a game a week, so tough ask.
Yeah, a game a week. I can achieve a game a week with ease, I would say.
We shall see.
No, because we're going to take the piss if he doesn't do it.
Of course, yeah. But I think
We're
I can
not going to
achieve it.
take the piss. I'm going to leave that option open to Ollie from Germany.
Oh, Ollie will definitely take you up on that. But what we'll
Want
do
to see
is...
some big games there, though, Didge. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I can see this all being indie titles that you've got on PS
I don't
Plus.
have that
Oh
many.
yeah, I completed Solitaire this week.
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
But I would like what I'd
Game
like
off.
to do is, I mean, as I said, Steve said himself, there's a lot of free titles that we got with PlayStation Plus, and I've got them on my list still, because I want to actually give them a chance and
I've got a
actually
few of
play
mine.
them and give them a try. Now, if I want to at least go in and try at least one per week of those PlayStation Plus
Yeah,
or
this-
Xbox One titles, and if I don't like it, it's gone. As simple as that. So
There was,
yeah.
I mean, some of them were quite amusing. There was one recently. It's taken the piss out of 1950s alien movies. I can't think what it's
Deadly
called.
Tower
now.
of Heroes.
Tower of
Or
yeah,
Monsters.
Yeah,
Tower of Monsters. Yeah.
I mean, it seems to be okay. It's a very simple game, and you get lost easy. But I'm just pissing myself laughing by the commentary half the time. 'Cause I think, oh yeah, I know that. I just find that amusing. Some of them amusing, and some of you think, this is horseshit. If I paid for this, I'd come and find you and stab you in the eyes.
But
Because if I paid 50 quid for this,
Yeah.
you're dead.
I mean, I've got that sitting there. The Deadly Tower of Monsters is currently a class 1 on my list. So there
That
are
is
games
hilarious.
there that
I actually found it hilarious.
yeah. So there are games
I
there that
know
I
I've
think I
got
could
some.
eliminate quite easily. And as I say, I'm going to try to eliminate at least one of those per week.
I know I've got some real gems like as digital downloads, not just games that have been released physically as well. But the thing is with me and digital downloads, I completely forget that I've got them. And when I go to play a game, I look at my shelf and I think what's there, and I never ever ever look at my digital library, and that's my problem because they just build up and up and up, and I just completely forget I've got them there.
That's it. I think I want to eliminate some of that. I want to get rid of some of that dead weight, as I say, because a lot of it's sitting unplayed. 172 games that are class 1s, never been touched. I mean, that's just ludicrous. And I know that's ludicrous, and that's why I want to actually make my way through that.
Digi, the rule I am using this year okay, is I'm going to play for an evening. If it doesn't grab me within those 2-3 hours of an evening, it's class 5. So
Precisely.
If I can't get over it in an evening, it's off the shelf.
But I need, as I say, I need to at least come back on the show at the end of the month and be able to justify putting it on
That's fine,
that
that's
completion list. So, as
That's-
I say,
that's
I'm
fine.
hoping to get at least 125 titles removed by either full completion or by elimination. Over the
Good
course
luck
of the
to
year.
you, dude, and we will support you. And I'm hoping the community supports you. This goes out to you, Ollie. Support the fucker.
Yeah, he lives in Germany. I've got friends who can find him. But this is a mute point. Are you guys more digital or physical purchasers?
More physical for me.
Oh,
It's more physical.
I'm more digital.
And you, Digi?
Yeah, digital. I tend to buy digital rather than physical now.
No, because I am old school physical, just because previously where I was based, everything had to be physical. Hence why
Same here,
Sony,
dude.
if you're actually listening to this, change my fucking region from the UAE to Ireland or something like that, so I can actually buy and keep my PSN going. Not that I have a gripe with you, you're a bunch of cunts, and so is your support system. It's not technical and it's not legal. I've already fucking proved that twice now. Fuck off. Anyway, so I was just wondering, because I am a physical purchaser, but then I'm also a special edition purchaser, given on certain games.
Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to move on to Steve-O and the roundup of the titles that are coming out this year.
Hello, dudes.
To find out what we're going to be missing.
Dudes, it's a fucking shit year coming up.
Good.
When I went into this, I thought, yeah, 2017,
For me.
awesome year to be doing this. Fucking not. Right. In no particular order, and I excuse if you're missing something like Sengan Kakura 15, whatever. It's not on the
Senwa
list.
Kagura, I've already got it actually. I'm playing it this week.
Trev's up like a beast already.
Have you ever played it?
I
Have you ever
looked
played a
at-
Senwa Kagura game?
No.
Dude, I've looked on YouTube, and dude, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Well, that's your way of looking at it. I suppose you think Chinese porn is disgusting as well, but Senwa Kagura is a really good game.
So
Please,
moving on to
Please, but please, children, don't YouTube Senwa Kagura the game. It's Japanese. It is slightly weird.
can I get on with this, please, Trev? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm opening my cigarette. I'm smoking. Fuck yeah.
Next month, he's fucking doing fucking scheduling duties. Bastard. Right.
You want me to... I've got Alzheimer's disease. I won't even remember what scheduling duties are for.
Cunt. So, most important things for next year, dudes. We talked about hardware. March, at least, Nintendo Switch. Anyone up for that?
I'm tempted,
I vote-
but the fact that it would require an instant purchase of a game to make it justifiable means I will probably be putting it off to 2018.
Could we not rule that under the Spink rule of...
The Spink excuse? No, I will.
The
I
Spink
will
excuse,
exclude
okay.
myself from the Spink excuse. I will not buy hardware just to get software.
Yeah, I have to. I have to agree because I'd have picked it up just for Skyrim. Because let's face it, I don't have enough copies of Skyrim, and I don't really think I can justify sitting in a bar playing Skyrim on a 6-year-old kid's console.
Right, the other hardware, the Xbox Project Scorpio. Anyone interested in that next year?
Yes, I'm tempted by it. I still have yet to pick up a PS4 Pro, which I believe I will be doing next year for my birthday. And I'm thinking the Scorpio will probably be a Christmas purchase for me. But the difference there is it will play existing games that I already have anyway.
Well, that's the thing. It's not like new hardware. It's an upgrade of hardware.
It's an upgrade. So
So-
I have no issue
we're not even-
picking that up if need.
We're not even guaranteed it's going to be 2017. It could be 2018.
could be.
It's a potential. Right. I apologise in advance. I'm going to go through a whole list of games. There are maybe things on here that the more eclectic gamer may be more interested in, like, I don't know. Who cares? These are the major things I have picked up for next year. Please intercede if you are thinking about them. Potentially
Unless you're
at
Trevor.
the end. Unless you're Trevor.
I'm
It's
gonna
going
shut up.
to fucking butt in no matter what. Right. So, I'll go through the confirmed releases for next year in periods. There is Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King 3DS. I know Digi's not bothered by that. Gravity
it.
Rush
Do
2.
that, so yeah.
Gravity Rush 2. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Final chapter. Any Kingdom Hearts followers
I
out
enjoy
there?
Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Won't
Well,
pick
there's
it up,
another
not
one
enough-
later on in the
Not
list.
enough to pick it up like straight away, but I do enjoy it.
Well, that's it. I'm interested in it. 2.8 is a prequel to 3, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never played the Kingdom Hearts. I am interested in that, though, because it's Squeenix.
Very Final Fantasy as well. I'm surprised you haven't played
Exactly.
it.
That's why I'm interested, because there's a title I'm going to announce in a minute that I'm very fucking interested in. It might be a Joker. I don't know. Resident Evil 7. We know one of our community members, Mantis, Matt Jones. He's not going to play it.
No.
Squeamish.
I don't
bastard.
think his heart can
Having
take
pla-
it.
To me, I've played the PSVR version, and yeah, I fucking shut it off. After a sec.
It's
Yakuza's.
difficult to know I'm missing out on that so early. It's
Yeah.
'cause- yeah.
I think for you, dude, as a big Resident Evil fan, have you played the 4, 5, and 6 versions on PS4?
I've only picked up 4. I haven't, but I've got 5 and 6. I've never played 6 actually. Only played the demo. I've got 5 and 6.
Right, me and you can do co-op on that because I've got them in my pile of shame for next year. So they are sitting there, and I'd like to go through them. I like you. I've played 4. I've played 5 on PS3, Xbox 360. I would like to go through them again. I've played 4 3 or 4 times, so we can do that co-op. So fuck 7 till next year. You don't need it. Yakuza 0. Who's a Yakuza fan?
Take it or leave it.
Right, okay. Dynasty Warriors, Godseekers.
Yeah, I'm quite
Enjoy
a
a bit
big
of
fan of
Dynasty
Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, I'm quite a fan.
Enough to want to pick it up straight away, but yeah.
Yeah, see, I skipped
I have
generations
no idea
on
what this
that.
Godseekers is.
Not a clue. Not a clue. Dynasty Warriors is a good game. It's a franchise that comes out quite regularly, so I don't think I'd be missing anything if I didn't pick it up. I don't think I would. So.
Did you get Warriors Orochi 3 on Games of Gold?
I did, of course I did, and I also played through it and played 20 hours.
We will be doing that as a co-op thing later in the year. Get it off my games.
I didn't know that
Right.
was cool.
So, carrying on, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Nope.
Right, fuck it. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Yeah, fuck shit. No one played it first time around. Dragon Quest Heroes 2.
Yeah, Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Yeah,
Is that a potential joke that you did?
No,
Gigi?
no. See, I you may not have seen it. You may have seen it. I don't know. But I put a rallying call out on Facebook
I did.
for this one.
I deliberately ignored it because I knew I didn't want to support the series because,
Because you're a
it would
cunt.
annoy you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks
Yes,
very
it
much.
would
Cheers
annoy
for that.
me. It would annoy you? Yeah, pleasure.
It's Dragon Quest is.
We
quite
have
a
to have some
huge
antagonism
series.
going on this year. It can't be all love. It's got to be some hate as well.
Dragon Quest is quite a large
I
series.
thought that was what
It's-
I was for.
I would say Dragon Quest is Square Enix's second biggest RPG, following Final Fantasy. It's
Is Heroes 2 another version of the whole kind of Dynasty Warriors
Yes.
kind of thing?
yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly
Well,
that.
you can wait for it then. You can wait.
I can wait for it. Yes, I can. What I would like to see is more support for that series. That's all I like. Like I say, I put it out saying, look, if anyone's got any interest in this sort of game, pick it up on my behalf.
Don't
because
worry.
it's such a great game. The first one was such a great game. I fully expect the second one to be such a great game as well. That if you enjoy RPGs, if you enjoy your action, come hack and slash games, you'll probably get a lot of fun out of the Dragon Quest Heroes games.
We
So-
will enjoy that, Digi.
I won't,
moving on.
because I will enjoy that in 2018 because I'm holding off on that one.
Yes, you will. Moving on. Bard's Tale 4, no. WWE 2K, no. Shenmue E3.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Oh wow, didn't know.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, that's set in for December 2017, so that'll be December 2018. So
Well,
we'll
no
ignore that.
doubt.
So the
If it comes.
unconfirmed releases for 2017. These are just the general ones that people put there. Ace Combat 7. I will have my hand up there. That is a potential for me
For me,
because of the PSVR.
yeah, I would say I'm in the same boat as yourself, and for the exact same reasons. I'm getting a VR for Christmas, and I need the justification for it. So I've got a couple of games at the moment, but that could be a temptation for me.
One piece of advice before Christmas: get Res Infinite because that's fucking awesome on PlayStation VR. It is fucking awesome. It is the best version of Res I've ever played, and it is the only thing I really play on Res on VR. But to put a sound out to a member of our community that I know is doing Year of Shame this year, Pete Hunter VP, is joining us. Ace Combat 7, that possibly might be one of his jokers. We may have
Actually.
discussions offline to all go that. Other ones recently announced Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Anyone up for that?
You know what? I love the
Not
game,
7.
but
Fuck it, moving on.
it's not
Moving
going to
on.
break me. Yeah.
Move on. Crackdown 3, Cuphead.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Dragon Quest 11 on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and 3DS. Did you?
Yeah.
You didn't know about that one.
That's a temptation.
You didn't know that. I'm guessing by the look on your face, you did not know that was potentially coming out in 2017. What do you think, dude?
I think I've got enough RPGs. I can wait for that one. I would like to see more support for that particular franchise, but I think if it's getting cross-platform like the way that you've described it, I think it will do well. So I have no
It'll do well.
concerns about not putting my money to it day one.
To be honest, I'd like to see that on Vita with cross-save on PS4. That would be a winner, potentially. Anyway, recently at PSX, there was Dreadnought. I haven't even seen the PSX stream. So Dreadnought, did anyone see any of that?
Oh, it's good.
Is that a
It's
thing?
good. I've beta tested it. It's a lot of fun.
Is that a free-to-play or a play?
No idea.
one.
No idea how it's going to pan out at the end of the day. It's basically a space combat game where you basically play as a massive Dreadnought with
Bit like
guns and stuff
Rogue
and
Galaxy?
unique abilities and
Rogue Galaxy-esque?
sort of, yeah, it's a bit like that, but it's more of a 3-dimensional map shooter sort of thing. It's hard to explain, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Anyway, carrying on. Earth Defense Force 5.
Yep.
No, right, fine. Full Throttle Remastered. Why have I highlighted that? I don't know.
We all know what Trev thinks of that.
Yeah, it's a great game. I might pick that up because it's 1995.
Is it?
No,
Like,
no,
is that your
it's not
Joker?
1995. No, it's not my Joker. Because it's not 1995. Fuck it. It wasn't even funny.
I predict that to be a PSN Plus title by the end of the year anyway, so...
And you know what?
Anyway.
I won't even fucking play it because I remember how shit it was the first time round.
Gran Turismo Sport.
Nah, no interest.
No. Right, okay,
Don't do
carry on.
driving games.
Carry on. Oh, that's Ace Card. That's the wrong sheet. Right. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age.
Yeah, I can go down the supermarket and watch a bunch of goths walk around.
See,
But
I
you
have the
you're a
advantage
cunt.
here over Steve-O. Steve-O has not played Final Fantasy XII. I demolished Final Fantasy XII. So I have no inkling to go back to it in an HD remaster until I feel like it. So it's not going to break me.
But we'll talk about HD remasters in another episode because my rant will go on for some time.
This isn't just a HD remaster, though.
I know.
Injustice 2. Bullshit. Yeah, no one likes that. Little Nightmares.
See, now that was fun. That I enjoyed that at Eurogamer. But I don't
I
think
like
it's
that.
going to be a breaker. Yeah, it's one I'll get back to and enjoy, but I don't think it's going to be.
It's going to be a digital game, isn't it? I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
sort of joke on that.
One we're all fans of. Lords of the Fallen 2.
See, I quite
Fallen's
like the
on
first
my
one.
list as a class 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll ignore that.
Oh, say that.
Okay.
I quite enjoyed the first one. I thought it was good. So, no, fuck yous all.
The next one on my list is a little bit controversial. It's some unknown title called Mass Effect Andromeda. What's
Yes.
that? I don't know. You heard of these titles, Mass Effect?
I never heard of it, no.
Nah.
I
It means
can
nothing to me.
wait. I can wait.
No, it's probably my Joker, to be honest.
It's probably going to be my gift. It's looking at a Q2 release, isn't it? For that.
I don't know. The information I've got here is Q1, Q2.
Yeah.
There's no confirmed release.
That's it. I'm very conscious of using the Joker before sort of May time. I'm sort of seeing May as my cut-off point for using my Joker. I don't want to use it before then, you know.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's just it's a
Linton,
potential.
Your
for
gaming
2017.
funk will be a lot later than that. It'll
why I
start in
wanna-
somewhere
that's why I
like
wanna keep my
June
Joker.
or July.
Yeah.
I like you. I'm a big Mass Effect fan,
Mm-hmm.
but this is a restart, so there's no carrying over your previous characters.
Ah, it's Mass Effect.
I think
Mass
for
Effect,
me
it's-
it's more the
Well,
fear
yeah,
of spoilers.
I appreciate that.
That's my
Spoilers,
issue
you
with
wanna-
it
you wanna
is
avoid those, yeah.
the conversations that will erupt in the community over Mass Effect.
What do you think? Oh, sorry. My name's Trev Phillips. You think I listen to the fucking community? Fuck them.
Anyway, dudes, I'm not trying to cut in. We are sitting
on
at
then, go on
nearly
then, cut
Carry on.
2
Carry
hours.
on.
How long is this list though? Is this list for the entire year?
Pretty much, yeah.
No, this is the potential list for 2017.
Okay.
Unconfirmed. As
Go
for
ahead.
the, a
Just to
lot
get-
of these could push back.
Yeah,
to
so to confirm,
2018.
Mass Effect
Okay.
is on the cards for both myself and Sam for a Joker or gift. So there is that.
There's
that
no
possibility.
confirmed release of 2017.
Yeah. It's-
it could
it's
be. It could be
borderline for
2018.
me.
These are the potentials.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'd take it with
No.
no. Right, that's fine.
Yep.
Metal Gear Survive.
No.
I know one of our community
No.
members may be a bit pissed off of this. Hunter VP,
Yeah,
Pete.
Hunter might, yeah.
He's joining us
Yep,
this year. He's fucked. Anyway, on to the next game. Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah.
Pre-ordered.
I'm looking around the room here.
End of the
Trev,
year,
you're
I'm
looking at
happy to
December.
wait until January. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy to wait on that one.
You say that, but November when it comes at Q3, Q4 time, it's going to be a fucking hard slog.
Gotta play the
Especially for
first
some
one
motherfucker
first.
playing Final Fantasy That'll be my rejuvenation.
Scalebound. Who's wanted to play Scalebound? Fuck off.
yes.
No one's answering.
Yes.
Next game.
But-
Sea of Thieves.
I want to
See
play
if-
Scalebound now.
No, you don't have a fucking Xbox. Fuck off. Sea of Thieves.
It's appealing, but I can wait.
Do you have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag?
Of course I do.
Yes.
Right. Fuck Sea of
doesn't?
Thieves.
Nah, no interest.
No. Right. Next game. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. I can tell a butthole straight away. Trev. Fuck off. Right. Linton and Digi. Answer me.
No,
happy
not,
to wait.
not tempted by it.
Happy to wait.
Wipeout Omega Collection.
Yeah, happy to wait.
Yakuza
Kawaii.
Kiwami. Digi.
No.
Right. Okay. Ukulele.
Nah, no interest.
Move on.
Right. Fuck off. Right. I've got 3 more titles here that may pique a little bit of interest in our community.
Is it
Starting
Fallout
off.
5?
No, fuck off. Last of
Okay,
Us
then I'll
Part
shut then.
2.
Oh, not a chance. Not
I
going to
mean,
happen.
it's
Not
not
even going to
2017.
hit in 2017. I can guarantee. I'll make a bet right now. I'll make a bet with everyone here on the call just now. I'll give each of you £10 if Last of Us Part 2 comes out in 2017.
I'm not saying it is going to be 2017. It's been announced. Likelihood is it will be 2018.
Or later.
I think late 2018.
Yeah,
I'd be
same.
surprised
same.
if it even
It's
comes
not
out
going to
in
happen. It's
2018.
not going to be next year.
We will.
But are you
we will-
going to pay me in Scottish pounds? 'Cause
I'll
I
pay
don't
you
take
in
Scottish
in
money.
English. So
You can pay
shut
me
up.
potatoes in
No, I
Ireland.
need it in euros. I want it into a currency I can use. Euros only.
No, well, you get about
None of
€8
this Scottish
then.
or English
Um,
shit money.
So point in case, I think we can make that a moot point because I don't think it's going to be out in 2017 anyway.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, there's been no official announcement, but next year is the 20th anniversary, so my gut feeling is it will be coming out next year.
It's episodic as well, from what I hear. So again, I don't care.
Right, yes, we know the news. Final Fantasy VII is going to be episodic, but people have been getting on their shit that they think it's going to be episodic, as in Hitman. The producer has said it's going to be episodic, as in the 13 trilogy, in that it will be 3 individual full games to tell a full story. Okay, so my guess is, and it is just a guess, that the original Final Fantasy VII that you saw on PS1 will be 1 episode. You also had Advent Children, which could be 1 episode, and Crisis Core, which could be a 3rd
Oh shit!
episode.
As long as
So
it's not Dirge of Cerberus, then we're all good.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. Dirge of Cerberus was part of this whole thing, which was collection of Final Fantasy VII. It was a celebration of Final Fantasy VII. I do not think they will do a Hitman-style episodic release. There is no way they will do that. It's 3 full title releases for this thing. So it'll be like 13. Okay? So, carry on. Right, next game. The last game on my list. Yeah, you're not going on. The last game on my list, everyone is excited about Knack 2.
Yeah, I
Right.
might drop on that because I thought the first game was shit as well.
So that's me done and dusted. There are other games releasing next year. I have only covered the main ones on my list that I potentially thought we might be interested in. There are other things like Halo Wars 2. I am quite interested in. It might be a potential Joker, Horizon Zero Dawn. Where's my book?
Near
Horizon Zero
Automata.
Dawn,
He's gone.
Near Automata.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2.9. Now I'm looking at you,
What?
Sam.
No, I can wait on that.
2.9. Seriously, that's the HD remakes of everything for PS4.
Well, I don't need to buy remakes. I've got the originals.
So
Exactly.
you can wait for them until 2018.
Exactly.
Good man.
Yep.
I'll
Yeah.
be joining you on that.
I like Linton's opinion on that as well.
So the only two... Right. I'm going to ask this out now. Digi, off the top of your head, 3 potential Joker's gifts.
Mass Effect is obviously up there. Dragon Quest Heroes. And other than that, no, I can't think of anything else.
Linton.
Days Gone, For Honor, and Mass Effect.
Oh, did I list For Honor in my list?
You didn't.
Did I say that?
I'm surprised you didn't mention Days Gone either, because Days Gone looks fucking amazing.
It might have been. I know For Honor was in one of my lists. Okay, Trev. There's no Fallout next year. There's no fucking Skyrim.
Mass Effect is one. Isn't Sniper Elite 4 out next year?
Sniper Elite 4 is. I may have missed that.
You mentioned Sniper Elite.
I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. But...
I can tell you a true story about Sniper Elite 3, which my wife thinks I'm mental about. There's a desert scene where the planes come over. I sat there with my iPhone and I timed how long it took the planes to come over. And I can tell you how shit it is. It's between 22 and 26 seconds. But when you go into sniper mode, the time slows down. So I wasted a complete hour and a half timing it. That's how sad I am.
Right, so
Anyway,
Sniper
I'll
Elite,
shut up
yeah.
now.
Okay.
I do like. It's just the shooting the guys in the bollocks. that I
Funnily
think
enough,
is
yeah,
just
it's watching the
hilarious.
testicles explode is quite amusing, but not enough to break my year of
Yeah.
shame.
No, I don't think it is for me, to be honest with you.
Right.
Though if you play it on the hard level, it's almost fucking impossible to play it because it's just literally you've got to work out the wind and everything yourself. So no, it's not a game I would go out to.
Right.
I'll shut up now.
Is it me last? My last?
Yeah, go
Right.
on.
The only two outside of Final Fantasy are Ace Combat 7 and Halo Wars 2. And Halo Wars 2 is quite early. It's mid-February, so I could be spunking quite early.
But I'd drop on that if I wasn't in the challenge, but I can wait.
Exactly.
The only thing about Halo Wars 2 is that I'm not a PvP player, but co-op side is what intrigues me, and that's what I don't want to miss out on. So if you're willing to wait until 2018, I can hold off on that. That would be good.
Man.
Digi, back to you.
Yes. So, the only question left really is everyone's thoughts on how they think they'll actually get on. I mean, do you think you've set yourself achievable goals? I'm really looking at you here, Steve-O. I think Linton's his goals are realistic. I would say Trev's goals are realistic. Mine are a little bit ambitious, I would say. But it's a single goal I've set for myself, so it's a little bit more realistic. But Steve-O, you've set yourself quite a task ahead.
I've set myself a task, but there is, as I say, my primary goal is to get 25% of my core list off. And that would be about 17 games, and that includes a lot of Class 3s, which I've kind of completed, like Mad Max, where I just haven't completed the story. I got distracted by completing everything, and I shouldn't have done that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, what we'll do is we'll see how you get on, I suppose, and we'll check in at the end of January and see how you've started off. So I suppose the only thing...
It'll probably be shit.
I suppose the only thing left to do now is hand over to Linton for the domestics, and we can wrap things up.
Okay. So you can find our Facebook group, which is YOS Challenge 5 2017, but if you just search YOS Challenge 5, I'm sure you'll find it. Twitter is at YOS Challenge 5. You can email us on yoschallenge5@gmail.com. You can find Digi on Twitter, and that's at @ADigitalPariah. Trev is at Ladyboys Specials, or TrevDBX for short. Stephen, you'll find him at Stevo876, and myself, you'll find me under Linton_86.
Some fucker's going to look for at Ladyboy Specials and get a complete surprise.
I certainly am after the show. See what
If that Twitter name is not taken, it
I'll tell you
very
what,
shortly will be.
I'm gonna look at it. If it's not taken, I'm taking at Ladyboy Specials.
Right, well, it just goes to say thank you all for joining us as we undertake this monumentous endeavour. and hopefully we'll come out of the other side still somewhat sane, although some will say we're going in already halfway there. So from all of us here, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll speak to you next time.
For listening. Bye bye. I'm waving. I don't know why.
I'm waving back.
Fucking wave this.
I'll stop now.
Okay, right.
Go on, Steve, run through it.
Last two, come on, let's get through
Sod
it.
He's just gone.
He's gone.
Billy Lightweight, you moved out, man.
Oh,
He's
was
got
it?
fucking
You
does
piss.
not include this in the edit.
Get a
There's
bottle.
something wrong.
Brilliant.
Oh, dear.
Okay, I'll do a complete episode without saying anything. Now, fuck all.
Trev?
Are you there, Fred?
Yeah.
You there? Yeah.
Yeah, nice of it. Yeah, just fucking ignoring you now. No, it'll be an interesting year. I think Digi, I think Linton, me and you will be fine. I think Digi and the big man here have fucked themselves over. He's got way bigger list, and he's picking one game. That's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
What?
Are you back now?
He's still quite
He's back.
He's back now,
He's
girlfriend.
back. Yeah.
I have rushed my arse off. I've pissed all over my boots to get back here. So anyway,
So what?
Right.
What? Isn't that a normal thing? I thought everyone does that.